You're not broke, you're just unorganized, and that changes right now. Let's be honest. We live in a world that is obsessed with looking rich rather than actually being wealthy. We scroll through feeds of luxury vacations, new cars, and designer clothes, and we feel this sinking pit in our stomachs. We think, I work just as hard. Why does my bank account feel so empty? Here is the hard truth that nobody likes to admit. Making more money rarely solves money problems. If you don't know how to manage $1,000, you certainly won't know how to manage $100,000. The lottery winners who go bankrupt within 5 years are proof of that. Today, we aren't just talking about cutting coupons or skipping your morning coffee. We are going to dismantle the way you view currency. We are going to build a system, a fortress, around your finances that protects you when life gets hard and propels you forward when life is good. This is the ultimate guide to managing your money wisely. The first step has nothing to do with a calculator. It has to do with your psychology. Morgan Housel, the author of The Psychology of Money, famously said that doing well with money has a little to do with how smart you are and a lot to do with how you behave. You need to ask yourself, what is money to you? Is it status? Is it safety? Or is it freedom? If money is status, you will spend it as fast as you get it because you need to show it to others to feel its value. But if you shift your mindset to view money as freedom, everything changes. Every dollar you save isn't deprivation. It is an employee you are hiring to work for you. When you buy a $50 shirt you don't need, you aren't just spending $50. You are trading the hours of your life it took to earn that money. Was that shirt worth 3 hours of sitting in a cubicle? Was it worth missing dinner with your family? When you start calculating purchases in time rather than currency, you stop spending mindlessly. This is the conscious spending shift. You can spend extravagantly on the things you love as long as you cut costs mercilessly on the things you don't. Now, let's get tactical. You cannot fix what you do not measure. Most people avoid looking at their bank statements because it gives them anxiety. We call this the ostrich effect, burying your head in the sand. But today, we pull our heads up. You need a budget. I know, budget is a dirty word. It sounds like a diet. So let's call it a spending plan. A diet tells you what you can't eat. A spending plan tells your money where to go so you aren't wondering where it went. Use the 50-30-20 rule as a baseline. 50% for needs, housing, utilities, groceries, transportation, the things required to survive. 30% for wants, Netflix, dining out, hobbies. Yes, you are allowed to have fun. If you don't budget for fun, you will binge spend later. 20% for savings and debt repayment. This is the most critical category. This is your future self. If your needs are taking up 80% of your income, you have a structural problem. You either need to downgrade your lifestyle or upgrade your income. There is no magic trick that fixes a math problem. But for most of us, the leakage is in the 30% bucket. The wants that disguise themselves as needs. Subscriptions you forgot about. Ordering takeout because you were too lazy to cook. Track every penny for 30 days. The results will shock you. Before you try to get rich, you must ensure you never get poor. You need a defense strategy. This comes in two parts: the emergency fund and the debt destroyer. First, the emergency fund. Life is not a straight line. The car will break down. You might lose your job. A medical bill will appear. If you do not have cash set aside for this, you will be forced to use a credit card. And just like that, a temporary problem becomes a permanent debt disaster. Aim for $1,000 immediately, then build it to 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This money is not an investment. It is insurance. Its return on investment is your peace of mind. Second, debt. High-interest consumer debt, like credit cards, is a financial cancer. It eats away at your wealth, compounding in the wrong direction. You are paying for yesterday's dinner with tomorrow's labor. There are 2 ways to attack it. The avalanche method says you pay off the debt with the highest interest rate first. Mathematically, this is superior. But the snowball method says you pay off the smallest balance first to get a quick win. Psychologically, this often works better. Pick one and attack it with everything you have. You cannot build wealth while paying 20% interest to a bank. Once your defense is set, it's time to play offense. This is where you stop working for money and make money work for you. We are talking about investing. Many people are scared of the stock market. They think it's gambling, but true investing is boring. It's not about picking the next hot stock or timing the market. It's about time in the market. Let's talk about compound interest. Einstein reportedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. Here is an example. If you invest $500 a month starting at age 25, assuming an average 8% return, you will have over $1.5 million by the time you retire. But if you wait until age 35 to start, just 10 years later, that number drops to around $700,000. That 10-year delay cost you $800,000. You don't need to be a Wall Street expert. Look into low-cost index funds or ETFs that track the S&P 500 or the total market. You are betting on the economy as a whole. History shows that while the market has crashes and corrections, over the long term, it goes up. Automate this. Have the money taken out of your paycheck before it ever hits your checking account. If you don't see it, you won't spend it. This is how you become a millionaire on an average salary. Consistency, time, and automation. Finally, as you begin to manage your money wisely and your net worth grows, beware of lifestyle creep. This is the phenomenon where your spending rises to meet your new income. You get a raise, so you buy a better car. You get a bonus, so you move to a bigger apartment. If you do this, you will run on a treadmill until the day you die. True wealth is the ability to live below your means while expanding your means. It is having the gap between income and expenses grow wider every year. Managing money wisely isn't about being a miser. It's about intention. It's about waking up in the morning and not having that knot of anxiety in your chest. It's about having options. It's about the fact that if your boss screams at you, you can walk away because you have 6 months of expenses in the bank. That is power. We have covered the mindset, the budget, the defense against debt, and the engine of investing. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Your future self is begging you to start. Don't let them down.